what's up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys and Comics doing issue number 5 of the Pool List. Now, this is our weekly video where we go through all the comics on my pool list and do just quick little, as spoiler-free as possible reviews. This week we had some awesome comics, so let's not draw this out any further and go ahead and take a look at the books. All right, the first book we are going to take a look at this week is Civil War number 2, issue number 0. Now, this is Marvel's prelude to their huge event they're doing this summer, Civil War number 2, where basically the heroes of the Marvel Universe take sides over whether or not they should use a Minority Report type Inhuman that can see into the future and see crimes before they happen. This issue just basically sets up the major players, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, War Machine, a couple others, and just kind of gives us a background into where their feelings and emotions right now are before the events start to unfold. I think this did a really good job kind of setting up their mindsets of where they're at right now. Captain Marvel is a really good example. As we see, she's talking about a family friend who is always like kind of right on the cusp of worry of disaster with her children. So it's kind of seeing Captain Marvel's like, wait a minute, the world is kind of like these children, and they're always just 1 second away from complete disaster, and she's always like, the heroes should always be worried. So it just does a really good job kind of explaining each of the characters' kind of ideals. I'm really kind of looking forward to this event. I think it could be pretty good. I know Marvel's just trying to cash in on Civil War, but no matter what they say, that's what they're trying to do. But I thought it was a pretty good written issue, and I'm excited to see where the rest of it goes. So I definitely give this Prelude an 8.0. All right, the second book we are going to take a look at is Deadpool and the Mercs for Money number 4. Now, this just follows up last issue where the Deadpool and his little band of misfit Mercs sold the prophesying android robot to the highest bidder. And now they have to follow through and actually get the android to the buyer, which obviously means it's going to be under attack, and just basically a big long car chase and battle on a demon big rig. Art's really good, has some really good action sequences. Story's okay. I mean, it's nothing groundbreaking or anything like that. Just a decent book. To be honest with you, I'm a bit Deadpooled out. They're doing basically a Deadpool book a week now, and I know Marvel is trying to capitalize on the Blu-ray release and the really well-received movie, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, but he doesn't need to be in every single book and have 6 different books going all at once and 3 or 4 of them coming out all the time. That's just my personal opinion, so I'm a bit Deadpooled out. This is a decent issue. Like I said, the art's fantastic, action sequences are good, so I give this a 7.5 out of 10. All right, so the next book we are going to take a look at is International Ironman number 3. Now, I am really enjoying the series. I think I may like it just a little bit better than the Invincible Iron Man right now. But this just continues the story of flashing back to Tony's kind of college years, 20 years from now, or 20 years ago, where in his relationship with the Cassandra Gillespie, basically in this issue, Howard Stark has Tony kind of imprisoned in his mansion and is telling him he can no longer see Cassandra and that she was only using him to get to Howard and to kind of destroy the Stark family. Tony, obviously being the rebel that he is, doesn't buy it and goes off and tries to get Cassandra to run away with him. And then it does also flash to today's times where Tony is trying to track down Cassandra Gillespie. She's trying to steal his armor from him. So we get a fairly good, not really going to call it battle, but where her armored soldiers are trying to take down Tony. He ends up trying to track her down, and he's also trying to find some questions about who his actual biological father is. Like I said, I really like this book. I think it's a little bit better than the Invincible Iron Man. For me, it's a unique look into Tony's past. Art's fantastic. Story's really good. I'd definitely give this one a 7.5 out of 10. The next comic we're going to take a look at is SpiderMan Number 4. Now, this issue just basically deals with more Miles and Genki. They're just sitting in their cafeteria, and it actually turns out that one of their new students is a X-Men. And Genki gets all excited and wants to go over and talk to him. Him and Miles kind of go back and forth, a little bit political, which didn't really go anywhere, but it's there. And then once there's a little accident that happens, the X-Men comes over, starts talking to Genki, and then Genki reveals a huge secret to this X-Men. Now, Genki's kind of thinking is Miles isn't dealing with all this very well. He needs someone that maybe understands and can try to help him through becoming Spider-Man and really understand what that means. Miles doesn't want anything to do with this. So not a whole lot happens this issue other than like kind of big secret spoiler. And then it just ends with Miles being chased by heat-seeking rockets. I think this issue is really trying to go for something, and hopefully the next one will kind of fill in some of the gaps. But just to me, it just was this. I'm absolutely loving this series, but this was just a huge kind of letdown for me in this issue. Because it felt like it wanted to go somewhere and it just wasn't able to get there. So unfortunately, this one's only a 5 out of 10 for me. I've loved this series so far. Every series is going to have a down issue here and there, so I don't expect it to be any problems or anything like that. But yeah, unfortunately, this one just wasn't that strong, and I'm really looking forward to the next one though. The next comic we're going to take a look at is Spawn number 263. Now, Spawn, Al did just finish up his huge battle with Lucifer and was able to, as far as we know, kill Lucifer, basically save Wanda's soul and be able to put her up in heaven and seal off the gateway from heaven and hell to Earth. But in doing this, that means Al's given up his suit other than the little shard that he has left, and he has lost all his Spawn powers. So he is now back on Earth, and he's trying to figure out what powers he has, if any, and what he's actually capable of as he tries to fulfill Wanda's last wish of becoming the hero that Earth needs. So I really think this is just Todd kind of taking the Spawn character, putting him back into Earth, and maybe making him more of a grounded hero. I'm a huge Spawn fan, so I'm extremely excited to see where this goes. I think it's set up pretty well to where we see kind of at what Al's going through right now, where he's finally kind of letting Wanda go and really kind of tap into what he needs to be for Earth. So I think this is going to be a really interesting kind of transition for the next couple issues. So I really hope Todd has something cool planned. Like I said, this was not a whole lot of action in this issue. Art's fantastic. So I'm really excited. Maybe we're going to get some really good Spawn issues again. I really enjoyed the fight between Lucifer and Spawn in the last 4 or 5 issues. So I'm really excited, and this one was pretty good, so I give this one an 8.5 out of 10. All right, so now we're going to take a look at this week's pick of the week, and that is Spidey number 6. Now, I am absolutely loving this series. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I love the kind of look into the first year of Spider-Man, and just like all the classic villains and everything we get. Now, this issue does take place with Vulture breaking into Tony Stark's lab. Spider-Man goes to try to stop him. And then obviously Vulture gets away. Spider-Man is left in Tony Stark's lab, and of course Iron Man shows up and thinks that Spidey is the villain. So they go, a little back and forth. Tony obviously thinks that Spider-Man's stealing from him, so they have a little fight, and then Spider-Man's actually able to get him to see that it was Vulture, not him. And then of course they do a classic little team up. This is a fantastic issue. Like I said, I love this series, love the art, love the stories. I love that they're just like little kind of animated shorts. Not a whole lot of continuity or anything like that, but just fantastic looks into classic Spider-Man adventures. This one was no exception, an absolute 9.0 out of 10. All right, so that's going to do it for me this week. Hope you guys enjoyed these comic reviews. If you guys did like this video, make sure you guys hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That way you guys don't miss any future issues of the Pool List or any of the action figure reviews that I'll be putting up. Go ahead and comment. Let me know what you guys think of the books that I reviewed. Let me know what books you guys have on your Pool List and what you're picking up weekly. Love to talk comics with you. But that's going to do it for me today, so I will catch you guys later. See ya.